If you want to know how to make a Travis Scott type beat in GarageBand with that mystical and ominous sound, then keep watching as I share with you tips and tricks on how to get his sound. So let's get into the beat now. First, I'm gonna load in classical grand piano. I'm just gonna lay down a melody, and I might switch it to another instrument later on. So I want a really dark feel, so I'm gonna stretch it down to 4 bars, and I'm gonna edit the thing. So I'm gonna start off in F sharp minor. So let's start off over here with our root notes. Now let's go up B, and now we'll go G sharp, F sharp harmonic minor. So now let's go down to F, leading up to the F sharp. Now let's lay the chords on top of this. F sharp, A, and C sharp. So like this. And B minor, B, D, and goes back to F sharp. This would also be a minor. But since this ends up in a note that isn't in the F sharp minor scale, I'm gonna reduce that down to a diminished chord like this. And the last note, I think it's also gonna be a diminished. So I think this is a chord progression. And I'm gonna add a counter melody on top of this. You know, I like to make my counter melody as out of the chords. Let's put an F sharp over here. I'll make the melody out of these chords. Let's try to make something. Actually, I'm gonna lift this up 1 note for a little more tension. I'm gonna copy all of these root notes, select all of them, copy. I'm gonna paste them and then reduce them down an octave to give it an even darker feel. Now I'm gonna reduce both of these down an octave. Just to make both of these meet up, B minor, so pull it down, I mean. Yeah, just raising it up an octave. Da-na-na-na. Yeah, I want it like that. G sharp minor, and then let's make the melody out of the chord again. This is F. I'm gonna pull this out to an augmented chord. Yeah, I like that. So, just stretching out the notes. Okay, that's gonna be the melody of our song. I'm gonna choose a different instrument for this now. I ended up with this preset called Dreamy Bells from the Alchemy synth. Yeah, with the metronome on now. And now let's add in our counter melody. I don't think we really need a counter melody in this one, so I'm gonna duplicate this. And now I'm gonna change the instrument, but I'm just gonna keep the chords in. I might keep it like a pad or something. So I found this other thing called Autumn Haze. It's a pad. It sounds like this. Just the chords. Now let's start by adding the drums. I'm gonna start off with the hi-hats. If you want a full hi-hat tutorial, a link will be in the description. Currently, we just have a 2-step hi-hat pattern playing, but I want to get in some rolls to spice it up a little bit. So now I just got these 2 taps of rolls, so 6 notes and 3 notes, just a triplet. So I'm going to put some bounce in. Over here, I'm going to copy this triplet note over here and make a 16th note over here. I like this particular pattern quite a bit. It has quite a nice bounce to it. I just need these to copy and paste. I want it rolling down. I want the same type of roll over here as well. Just to finish off this 2 bars. I want this to roll up this time. This time, I want this to go down. And I copied the triplet hi-hat and I lifted it up and messed with the pitches. So it's like this now. Yeah, it has quite a nice bounce to it. I'm just gonna put a little 16th note in here. Not on the downbeat, just for a little bit of syncopation. This is our final hi-hat pattern. And now time straight away go into the 808s. So let's come up with the 808s. I just want to follow the root note, so I'm just gonna go down. The next note was B, so let's go up to B. I want a bounce like this. It's very commonly used in hip hop, like this. Something like this. The last note was an F, leading up to the F sharp again. I want a little roll over here. Now I want to add in some groove with the clap. Let me get the X clap. If you want to know how to get these sounds, I'll do another video on it. I also want a snare to complement this, so let's search for a snare. Let's have this weak snare. I want it every 2 claps. So, and I also want a snare roll. just to the end of the bar, just to give it a little more groove. I want it to go ta-na-na-ta. The last would be over here. I'm just gonna lower the velocities one by one. -5, -2.5, -3, -1, and then we'll have the last one as it is. Now I just remember an instrument that would work perfect for this type of beat. It's called the ethereal guitar. You can find it in the Alchemy synth. It's in the strings section. Go ethereal guitar. Now I'm gonna make a counter melody with this. This is the melody I made up with the ethereal guitar. I made it a slide down for the first and third notes, like this, and it goes down. But for some random reason, whenever it starts, it goes back up again. It does that weird click thing, so I'm gonna merge this into an audio file, and then I'm gonna copy this into the next section. So it sounds like this now. And I'm gonna put a kick pattern to match the 808s. Let me take Soulcore Kick 6. It's one of my favorite kicks out of all my drum packs. I don't want the kick to go with every 808, so I'm just copying in with some of the notes, like this. I don't want it to go there. I'm actually gonna connect these with these. So this is my kick pattern. I'm not gonna do anything when the 808 slides because I want that to be prominent and have its own unique sound. I'm gonna add in an open hat, TM88 hat. Since this space seems to be pretty empty, I'm gonna put it over here. Just copy it into the next sections. I'm just gonna lower these volumes down a bit. I'm also gonna add a synth bass, just for the intro to give it even more of a dark feel. So I'm gonna copy the root notes in, but for these synth basses, I love to do slides with them to make them not sound really monotone. So I'm gonna edit it. Root notes were F sharp, E, G sharp, and F. So now I'm gonna put a slide up here. Yeah, something like this. I don't know, I just put a random note here, but it sounds good. And here as well. And this should be fine to go. Some really dark vibes. I want this to go even lower. No. Now I'm actually gonna make it go higher. Yeah, that's gonna be the synth bass pattern. I'm gonna copy that into the next section now. Join. And one last instrument I want for this beat is a perk. Also came from a Southside kit as a classical perk. Over here and back to here. Yeah, I like this pattern. I'm gonna keep it, but I'm gonna reduce the volume because we don't want this standing out too much in the mix. It's just a perk to go underneath the mix. I'm gonna pan this to the right ear a bit. I'm gonna pan the open hats to the left ear. I'm gonna arrange the beat and show you how what the final outcome is. So I basically arranged the beat, intro, hook, verse, hook, and verse again. I just didn't outro, I didn't do any third hook. So some last tips are they all have a lot of drops in them. So for the hook, I put a delayed drop with the 808. So just the 808 playing for 2 bars. And then the drop comes in, and for the second part of the hook, a little drop before the clap. I like to do this before the clap because it's a quick drop, but it has so much effect. And everything comes back in again, and same for the verse as well. So this is the final product. Hope you like it. Go like and subscribe for more GarageBand related tutorials. See you next time. This is the final product.